what I did to make that look so easy is first we put some screws in, 3 of them along the top here. And then I put 1 in on each corner, and this part is a little proud of this frame member here, so it pushes up in and kind of makes a little click and just kind of holds itself in place there. I have a little bit of a gap here. I could trim this a little bit and push that in, but I'm not going to, because that's not going to show. When I build my cabinets, I'm going to have dividers right here, and the divider is going to go over this. Well, I got all of the panels up on the ceiling where the cabinets are going to be. Got that done today. These went up really easy, actually. It's kind of surprising to have something go easy on this project. I built this vanity, and I've got the countertop just kind of mocked up. That's a piece of plywood. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do for a countertop. I'm thinking of maybe doing a ceramic tile countertop or Corian. The medicine cabinet is just mocked up. This is just a plastic one that I had that came out of an RV. I thought this was about the right size, so I just put it up here just to kind of get some perspective. And I think what I'm going to do is probably steal the glass out of here, and I'll build one out of wood. I've got 2 overhead cabinets built. Got this one here. Forced hot air ductwork runs right through there. And this cabinet, I built this cabinet the same way I've built all the other cabinets. If anybody's interested in seeing how those are built, if you go back through the playlist, I've got some videos in there dedicated just to building the cabinets. Right here I am making the headlining for the berth, and what I am using is a piece of 1/4 inch Luan, or some people like to call it 1/4 inch underlayment. Now what I've done is I've cut this out to fit the inside the berth, and I've cut out the holes that I need. This is going to be a spot for a 12 volt receptacle and a 110, and on the other end I'm going to have another 12 volt and a place to hook into the TV cable. I've already fit this in the berth, and I've gone around and drilled a series of holes for my attaching points. And what I'm going to do is upholster this with a piece of 1/4 inch foam and then a green fabric. I have laid this Luan on a flat surface with newspaper underneath it, because I'm going to use a special foam adhesive. And what I'm using here is a 1/4 inch what's called a pleating foam or a sew foam. For applying this foam to the Luan, I'm going to be using a special foam adhesive. This is a high temperature adhesive. It is designed specifically to put headliners in automobiles, and it should stand up to the high temperature you'd see in a car. When you spray this adhesive, it's important that you do a nice even web kind of pattern. I'm also going to spray the back side of the foam. Being careful not to get any wrinkles in the foam, and you can just stick it down and smooth it out with the palm of your hand. I've cut the fabric out, and I've cut it out oversized enough so I can wrap it around the back side. Now with this fabric, it's important that we let the adhesive set for about 2 minutes, because if the adhesive is wet when you apply the fabric, it could bleed through. So I'm going to install this exactly the same way I did the foam, except I will let the adhesive set for just about 2 minutes before I fold it over. When you're stapling, you want to try and pull your fabric as even as possible to avoid any little dimples on the face side. To make our button covers, we're going to need a button press. This is the handy junior button machine. It's a hand-powered button press, and we're also going to need a set of button dies, which comes with a cutter and the 2 die ends and a piece of dowel. And we're also going to need some special buttons. This is the caps in here and snap rings. These snap rings are what actually snap over the stud. Once you've got the pieces cut, and you'll need to take this part of the die, turn your fabric upside down, put your cap in there, center it as best you can, push it into the dowel, and this one here, it's got a little protrusion to fit into the die. And we take the plastic snap ring, and that makes a nice little button that'll snap right over and hide our screws. Before I attempt to install this headlining in the berth, I went ahead and put all of my screws with the studs in wherever I drilled a hole, simply because even though I marked for them, that it doesn't always fall exactly where the chalk mark was. And laying down in the bed with this over my head trying to find those holes and get it screwed up in there is be a nightmare. So I got that all situated first.